Welcome to Comics with Dan. I'm going to be reviewing Garfield #1. So I thought I'd switch it up here and have my kids help with the review. Now, I don't put my kids' faces on the internet or their names for several reasons, about 1,000 of them. So I'll be blocking their faces, but what I'll do is, I'll read the book to them and, talk to them about it and sort of ask them, and I'll show you the responses. So there were two stories in this book. The first being about how Garfield is struggling to get up and get a midnight snack with the least effort as possible, which if there's a more Garfield problem to have, then I don't know what it is. So the second story is about, it ties directly into the movie, and it has to do with Garfield and Odie have been missing for several hours, and we get to see what John's doing while they're missing. And so he sort of loses his mind, which is pretty great to see. But it was definitely a funny story, and it made me want to watch the movie to see kind of what's going on, which we will get around to watching the movie at some point here when it's available on streaming, that I don't have to pay $20 to Amazon Prime just to rent it. Both of the stories were really well done. I think that it definitely would serve well to get people excited for the movie. I do have to kind of question the timing of releasing this comic, just because the movie's already out of most theaters that I've seen. The closest one is several hours away from me that is actually showing this movie. So, but either way, this should get people excited to watch it on streaming. Let's see what the kids think. What comic did we just read?
Garfield.
Garfield.
All right, what did you think about the story?
It was funny.
It was really, really funny.
I liked it.
What did you like about the story?
I liked how Garfield set up that big trap and then told Odie to clean it up. I thought it was funny because I saw in one of the pictures that John was sleeping in Garfield's bed with lasagna and Garfield's teddy bear. And then Garfield came and looked at him, and he thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I really like the cat had stripes. I really liked how the cat had stripes.
You liked how the cat had stripes?
Yeah!
The cat, meaning Garfield?
Yeah! I like that he said all the traps, and then he tried to tug the door open, and then he pulled the whole fridge over to him.
I liked when he said Garfield, where are you?
Said Garfield, where are you? So to me, the most important thing about art in a book like this is sort of maintaining that Garfield look without, making it too much your own. Just because, this is such a, legendary, well-known character that if you kind of try to twist it around too much and make it your own, it could almost become unrecognizable or lose some of that charm. I think that Axel Arnius and Sarah Grayley did a perfect job of making sure that these were recognizable characters, even though they did put some of their own flair on it. But I think it was just a perfect balance of making sure that these were recognizable characters, and that you'd be able to look at this and then go watch the movie and relate them one to one. I feel the same way when it comes to things like Scooby-Doo. If you've seen some of my reviews or some of my segments on the Comics Commute about Batman Scooby-Doo mysteries, the ones that I enjoy the most are the ones where the artist tends to keep the same look for the characters as they've always had. I'm always a big proponent for change, but when it comes to these sort of legendary properties, I rather that they just go with what made them famous in the first place. The colors were really well done. I felt like I was, reading a Sunday morning comic strip again, which is definitely what you want with Garfield. And I think that it just hit the nail on the head art-wise. Let's see what the kids think. And what did you like about the art?
I think that I like how Garfield looked when he's screaming at Odie.
All right, did you like the art?
Yeah!
What did you think?
It was good. Liked it.
Yeah.
Say about his traps.
Yeah.
And when the ants ate all the food.
Oh, yeah, that was a good part. Now, in a goofy story like this, especially someone with as much physical comedy as Garfield, the sound effects are extremely important. So the lettering is extremely important in these comics. I was really actually excited about how much my kids picked up on what lettering they liked and what they didn't like. I mean, they had all positive things to say because they love the book, but the lettering in this, specifically the sound effects, were really well done. They made it more fun, more exciting, and you'll see what my kids have to say about it. But it really sort of draws you into the story, and it makes you laugh even harder than if it was just sort of a basic sound effect. Let's see what the kids have to say about the letters. What'd you think of the letters?
I liked how they got big when the bowling ball went on the umbrella.
I rate them.
You like the letters? Overall, again, I like to rate books based on what they're trying to accomplish. So I gave this 4.5 stars on League of Comic Geeks, and I also gave, Saga of the Swamp Thing, 4.5 stars on League of Comic Geeks. Now, that doesn't mean that I think that this book was as good as Saga of the Swamp Thing, but all it means is that it did what it was trying to accomplish well. It's a fun, kid-friendly Sunday morning comic strip that has been morphed into a comic book. It ties into the movie well. It gets people excited for the movie. Overall, the kids were glued to it. They loved reading it. I loved reading it to them. So, if you have kids or just classic Garfield, it's definitely something I would recommend picking up. Garfield #1 is one of a 4-issue miniseries that Boom Studios is coming out with. So make sure you pick up a copy of Garfield #1 on Wednesday, August 7th. That's when it hits stores. So make sure you check it out. Make sure you like the video. Make sure that you subscribe. Check out my other videos here. And thank you for watching.